नमस्कार. आज आपण सायमल्टेनियस चेस खेळणार आहोत. ओके, मैं बिगिनर लाड इनके अगेंस्ट में E4 खेलता हूँ. वैशाली के अगेंस्ट D4 खेळता हूँ. दिनेश सेठ यांच्याबरोबर मी D4 खेळेन. श्लोक बरोबर मी D4 ओपनिंग खेळेन. तानाजी यांच्यासोबत मी E4च खेळेन. पुराडकर यांच्या विरुद्ध मी E4 खेळेन. वृषालीने D4 ला C5 खेळलेलं आहे. आता या ठिकाणी मी C3 किंवा E3 खेळू शकतो. बिशप F4 खेळू शकतो. बिगिनर लाड played Sicilian defense. So I will play King's Indian attack. Ted Tanaji played E4, E5. Will play Knight F3. Jay Tanaji played E4, E5. And Knight F3. Against Shreya, I will play London system. Against Shivaji Pawar, I will play Knight F3. Okay, Sudesh Puradkar played Perk defense. He played E4. Against Dinesh Seth, I will play London F4. Okay, so Shlok played E6. If I play E4, I can play D5, and game can go into French. But I will play London system. Let it be a London system simul. So Aryan played E4, E5. We go for Knight F3. So Ted Tanaji played Knight C6. Here I can play Scotch or Italian. I will go for Italian. Against Ted Tanaji, I can go for Scotch or Roy Lopez. Vrushali gave me check. I will play simple move C3. Against Shivaji Pawar, I will go for Italian. Okay, so beginner lad played D6. Here I will play Knight D2. Okay, Sudesh Puradkar played Knight F6. I can go for Knight C3, then Knight F3, Bishop C4 and H3. Okay, Dinesh Seth played E6. We'll go for Knight F3. Okay, so Shreya is playing Slav defense against me. So reverse London, I can say. माझा आवाज यूट्यूबवर व्यवस्थित येतोय का मला प्लीज सांगा. इज आय एम ऑडिबल? यू कॅन चॅट ऑन यूट्यूब. ओके, सो श्लोकने आता नाईट F6 खेळलेलं आहे. ओके, मी थोडा मोठ्याने बोलतो. श्लोकने आता नाईट F6 खेळलेलं आहे. तो अजूनही गेम क्वीन्स इंडियन मध्ये जाऊ शकतो. So here I will play knight F3. Okay, so Ted Tanaji, he played F6. So probably he wanted to play knight F6. Okay. हाय कर्मण्य. हे कोण कोण जॉईन झालं यूट्यूबवर? कर्मण्य इज देअर, मोक्षदा इज देअर अँड दिव्यांशू. इथे एक चिप ट्रॅप पण खेळू शकतो मी. बिशप टेक C6 खेळेन, त्यानंतर नाईट सॅक्रिफाईस मी देऊ शकतो आणि क्वीन H5 खेळून मी E5चं पॉन पुन्हा मारू शकतो. तर मी या पद्धतीनेही खेळू शकतो. अर्थातच थोडं रिस्की आहे, पण असं खेळू नाही शक्यतो. सो हियर आय विल गो फॉर कॅसलिंग और प्रोबॅबली नाईट C3. So Aryan Sanap offers a draw. Why? Okay, so beginner lad played knight F6. I will play G3, bishop G2, knight F3. Okay, so Sudesh played G6. So now he will play bishop G7, castling, probably C6 and knight BD7. Okay, Ted Tanaji played D6. I can go for C3, D3, castling, H3. I can go for this setup. I will play C3. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so Ted Tanaji played D6. He's not caring about double pawns. So here I can go for D4. My opponent must be very careful. Okay, so Rushal is trying to attack my B2 pawn. So I can play Queen C2. And after that I will go for E4. Okay, so Queen C2 and E4. So beginner lad played G6 because that is the main move. Okay, Shreya played knight F6. Knight F6, I can go for H3. If she is playing knight H5, I can go for bishop H2. I will first play E3. Shlok played knight C6. So he's just trying to develop his piece. So he just started playing chess. Okay, so here I will simply develop my pieces. I will play E3, D3, bishop D3, knight BD2. The main setup in London. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar played D6. Know this move. At some point, he should play C6. He decided to play it now. So here I can go for bishop C4. I will try to go for castling. So Shivaji Pawar played bishop C5. Ted Tanaji played H6. So here I will easily go for D4 or D3. What can be the best move? I will go for D3. So beginner lad played bishop G7. knight gf3. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar is trying to attack my bishop. So he's just trying to attack with b5, b4, and probably is trying to win e4 pawn. So here I will go for bishop d3. Okay, so Ted Tanaji decided to play bishop g4. But he is forgetting about this important move e5. I can probably win pawn on c6. So Aryan played bishop c5. I'll play c3 and d4. Dinesh Seth played knight c6. Okay, so here I can go for e3. Okay, Ted Tanaji played knight f6. So here I can go for bishop e3, knight b d2, castling. I'm thinking about h3, but is it really necessary? Okay. Let's see what will happen. My opponent Rushali decided to play knight f6. Okay, so here I can gain one tempo. I can play e4, attacking the queen. Okay, so Shlok played d5. So here I can play c3, bishop d3, knight b d2. Okay, so Shreya played knight c6. I'm thinking about c4 and c3. So which is a better move? Okay, so after c4, I can think about knight c3. So beginner lad played castling. I will also castle. Okay, so Ted Tanaji decided to go for a6. Just wanted to capture my bishop. Okay, so now what I have to do? So if I capture with d takes c6, a take b5, then c take b7, rook b8, and knight take b5. And here I will win one pawn. Okay, so what can be other continuation? So I will get one passer. Easily get one passer. Play like this. So Aryan played b6. Probably wanted to play bishop b7. I can go for d4. Okay, Sudesh Puradkar played bg4. I'll play h3. Ted Tanaji played a6. Probably he don't want bishop b5. Okay, so I can go for a4. I will stop his b5 push. Okay, Shivaji Pawar played d6. Okay, here I can go for h3 or d3. Okay, I will play d3. Lok played bishop e7, just wanted to develop his pieces. So after bishop e7, it's extremely important to play h3. Otherwise, I can lose my dark square bishop. Okay, so Ted Tanaji played a takes b5. I have to capture on b7 and capture on b5. So Dinesh Seth played g6. I'm quite surprised why he played g6. Okay. So here I can go for c4, probably c4, knight c3, okay, and bishop e2 and castling. Ted Tanaji played bishop e7. I am playing literally at slower speed. Because this is classical chess. The time control is 30 minutes each and 30-second increment per move. Okay, so what I can do? Yeah, I can go for bishop e3, I guess. Bishop e3, castling, knight bd2. And at some point I can go for d4 or probably knight f1, knight g3 plans. Okay, so I will play bishop e3. Okay, Aryan played e takes d4. I will play c take d4. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar decided to play his bishop on original square. He played bishop c8. He probably wanted to play bishop b7 and start attacking from this long diagonal. Here, can I go for d5? d5, my opponent can play a6. So I will first play a3. The Shlok played castling. I decided to develop all of his pieces and go for castling. In previous game, he was not playing like that. So he just improved his game. Okay, Sudesh Puradkar played bg7, and next move he can play bishop b7, and both of his bishop will be on long diagonals. Okay, so now it is almost sure that he wanted to play bishop b7 and knight bd7. I will go for castling rook e1 and e5. Okay, Vrishali played queen c6. So it is extremely important to move the queen, otherwise I will capture. He is attacking my e4 pawn. What I can do? I can protect it. I can play d5. Okay, let's play d5 and just enjoy this beautiful game. My opponent played rook b8. After knight take b5, rook takes b7. Can I get anything? Yeah, I will easily win one pawn. What about future attack? Okay, let's play knight take b. Okay, so Ted Tanaji decided to play d5. What I can do? I can play e take d5, knight take d5. Probably bishop e1 or castling. Okay, so Dinesh said played bg7. I know this move will come. Okay, so Shivaji Pawar played bishop e6. He want exchange of light square bishops so that he can attack from f file. But I will not allow this. I'll play bishop b5. If he is playing a6, I can go for bishop a4, bishop c2. Okay, so my opponent decided to play rook take b7, which looks like a good move because there was no other move. Okay, so what I can do? I can play queen d5, but Tanaji can play rook b6 and he can attack my knight. Okay, so probably I have to first play knight c3 and then h3. Okay, and after that I can go for knight d5 or probably queen d5. I am not yet sure what to do about that game. Okay, Shlok played king h8, which was not necessary. Yeah, I can go for castling. Knight takes d5. I know this move will come. Yeah, I will allow exchange of bishop. If he is capturing with knight take e3, f take e3, and will open my f file. Okay, my opponent played queen b6. Queen b6, knight f3, bishop e2, and will go for castling. So beginner lad played knight c6. Okay, so what I can do now? I can go for knight h4 and f4 f5 plans. I'm thinking on that move. Another possibility will be c3. And if he's trying to play bishop g4, I am having a plan of knight c4, knight e3. Okay, so which one is better? Okay, I'll play c3. Okay, Sudesh Puradkar played bishop d7. It's a surprise for me. Okay, I was thinking about knight b d7, where he will develop his knight. The bishop is on d7. I think that is a very good square for knight. Okay, so probably I can go for e5. I have to think for a minute. If I capture. Okay. Or first I should play rook e1. Okay, so what I can do? I'll go for e5. Let's see what will happen. It will open my d5. Okay, e6. After e6, I can play bishop d6, bishop e7. So here I can go for knight b d7 or knight b d2, probably queen b3 and bishop b5. Or I can go bishop b5, queen a4, knight e5, attacking the c6 knight. Yeah, I will go for bishop b5. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so Ted Tamaji decided to play knight e7, which is little bit surprising move for me. Why he played knight e7? Because now where he can develop his dark square bishop. So he should play g6 at some point. g6, bishop g7 and castling. I will force my opponent to exchange the piece or probably to move it. Okay, so bishop b4. Okay, I can go for knight c3, bishop d2. So bishop d2. Okay, I was thinking about this move, knight take e3 and f takes e3. Okay, so Shlok decided to play rook g8. Why? Why rook g8? I will go for bishop to. Now Rushali played knight a6. Rushali is not playing good game. He is not able to understand how to develop. Okay. Shivaji Pawar played knight e7. I can go for castling. Okay, Ted Tanaji played bishop take f3. I know this move will come. I can go for queen take f3. I can castle on the next move. Okay, so my opponent played bishop takes d2. I will play knight b take d2. Okay, Dinesh Seth played knight g7. Okay, and now I can think about rook b1 and b4. attack. Okay. So bishop e2. First, I should go for rook b1 or bishop e2. That is the question. But if I play bishop e2, can capture d takes c4, bishop takes c4. Okay, but I will get open c file. Okay, so I should go for rook b1 because the light square bishop will no longer come in several moves. Okay, so Shreya Minde decided to play a6. I know this move will come. Okay, so I will play bishop a4 and bishop c2. Okay, so now I am having pawn on e5. Finally, one of my pawn reaches the 5th rank. Okay, so here Shlok played bad move because he forget about his mother mate. So this is my first victory. Knight takes f7. I won in 10 moves, which I don't like actually. Because winning very early means opponent is not playing good game. He missed something. Okay, so here my opponent played knight to c6. Probably he don't want to castle. But for how many minutes he will play his king in the center? So his plan may be to go for knight d4 and knight c2. Maybe thinking like that. So what I can do? I'll go for check in h5. Okay, so Vishal decided to stop my d pawn. I'll go for knight c4 and hope for discoveries. Yeah, Aryan played bishop b7, castling. Okay, Ketanaj is going for castling, probably rook e8. Okay, now I am having small plan of knight b d2 and b4 b5. Let's see whether it will work. And my opponent can attack this d3 pawn. I should be really careful. Okay, so Shivaji Pawar played castling. Probably wanted to play f5 at some point. That's why he played knight ge7. Okay, so I'm thinking about bishop g5, pinning the knight. Okay, and now I have to play bishop b3. I don't have choice. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar played knight g8, which looks good move, but now I will play rook e1 and e6. Okay, What can be the other plan? Can I go for e6? But e6 is really risky because after e6 I can play knight e4 and knight d6. Yeah, I will first go for this move. Okay, and now my opponent played g6. So what I can do? I have to play queen d1. I don't think any other move will be a good move. So queen d1 and probably queen d5. Queen d1 and knight d4 will come, but I will go bishop e3, hoping for exchange. If he's playing knight b4, then I have to play a3. Okay, so queen d1. Okay, Aryan Sanap played knight f6. Here I can go for e5. Okay, so Ted Tanhaj is looking for the exchange. Now what to do? So knight takes g5, queen takes g5, probably e4. Okay, is there is any other move? Probably queen e2, queen e2, and I can go for knight e4. I will try this. Let's see what will happen. Sudesh Puradkar played e6. Because he don't want to play. Okay, but his bishop is in trouble now. Because bishop on d7 is literally a bad piece. Okay, now my opponent is hoping for castling. So I will not allow. Here I can play bishop h6. But after playing bishop h6, I must be careful. Because my b2 pawn will be a hanging pawn. And my opponent can. So probably I can go for queen d5. So queen d5 and knight b4. So what about this e3 move? Because if he's going for castling, then I'll get queen d5 and I can get free piece. Okay, let him castle. Some little tactics are coming now because almost the opening part is over. Okay, now beginner lad played b6, probably wanted to play bishop b7. Okay, I was thinking about bishop g4 move, but he changed his plans. This is all about playing a good plan. Can I play e5? But after d takes e5, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, I can win. Bishop take a8. Okay, but my opponent can also win knight take d3. So that is one of the plan to open e file. Okay, let's gamble. I'm going for gamble. Okay, so the next set played castling. Okay, so probably I can go for this b4 and b5 plan. Okay, first I will go for bishop e2. Okay, Ted Tanaji decided to go for bishop e6. Probably don't want my bishop on the diagonal. Okay, looks like a good choice. It will open f file for my opponent. Or is it possible to play bishop a2 and b4, and if he's capturing on a2 I can play rook takes a2, and in future I will double the rook on second rank. Okay, I have to think for some minutes. But after bishop take e6, f take e6, knight takes g5, queen take g5, knight e4. Is I am gaining anything in this game? Because both players will get one open file. Okay, I have to think for some time, no doubt. But I cannot take more than 2-3 minutes because I have to play on 10 different boards. Knight 4. Okay. So I'm just thinking about bishop take e6, f take e6, f take e6, and b4 can be a good plan. After that I can go for rook a2, and after knight e4, and after moving my queen I'll get double rook on f file. So bishop take e6. Okay, and here J Tanaji made a mistake because after queen d5 I am winning extra piece. I think this move will kill the game. Okay, so Rushali played e5. Looks like a good move for her side. I'll play bishop g5. Okay, Shreya Minte played b4. So again I can go for bishop a4 and start attacking with knight e5. Okay. So Tate Tanaji played f takes e6. Looks like the only move. Okay, Shivaji Pawar played f6, which also looks like only move. So probably I have to go for bishop e3. Now I will win extra piece. And probably I am winning my second game. So Jay Tanaji, he made a mistake. So what was the mistake? The mistake is the castling. So here I can go for this plan. I can go for knight e3 and knight f5. So knight e3 attacking the b pawn. So my opponent should stop that attack. I will get time to play knight f5. Knight e3 looks like good choice. So here my opponent played b5. So knight takes g5, queen takes g5, knight e4. It can be a good continuation. Yeah. Okay, rook a7. So here I played rook a7. I cannot believe because after this move I am winning extra piece. Okay, and here Jetanaji played rook b6. I don't have to fear about any other move. I can easily go for queen d5. Okay, and about this Dinesh set game, I think I can go for b4 at some point. b4, a4 and b5. I am thinking about this move. So rook take f1. Yeah. Rook take f1, rook take f1. Or I think queen take f1 is also a good move. Take f1, rook take f1. Okay, so Aryan Sana played knight g4. Yeah, I have to play h3. So where this knight will go? Okay, so Tate Tanaji played queen take g5. Looks like the only move. And I can start attacking. Shivaji Pawar played bishop b6. Don't want exchange of bishops. I'll play knight bd2. Tate Tanaji played queen d7. So what was the idea? Queen d7. Now is it okay to play bishop h6 or simply to go for castling? Yeah, I think at some point I have to castle. I should castle now. Castling b4, and probably after that I can go for bishop h6. Okay, Aryan Sanap played knight h6. I think he don't have a clue what he's doing. But I should not underestimate my opponent. But if I do so, I can lose very quickly. Okay. I am thinking about d5 and e6. Is it a good move or a bad move? First, I should go for rook e1. Okay. And now I am winning extra piece against Ted Tanaji. So after this move, I can easily get c6 knight, queen takes c6, queen take e3, king h1. Yeah, and he cannot capture my knight. My opponent played b4. Here I think I can go for c take b4, because after knight take b4. Okay, well, probably I should first play the bishop take f6 and castling. But my opponent can play rook g8 and we can start attacking. Because if I don't castle now and if I play bishop take a6, then I cannot play castling. Okay, so Shreya Minde don't have a clue. She played some wrong move, and after bishop takes c6, it is compulsory to play king e7. Now I can easily win this game. I will first go for knight e5, and if she is making mistake, I can even get nice opportunity to play knight c6. Okay, so J Tanaji, he played rook a6. What was the idea? I don't know. But here I can go for exchange, but I am having extra piece, so I can use it. So after queen b5, I can easily win exchange of queens. I think exchanging a queen is not a bad choice. I can win easily. Okay, so the next set decided to play b6. Can I go for a4 and b5? That is the question. Okay, I know this continuation will come. So I have to play king h1. Okay, so after knight takes b5, I'm having good position. Okay, so against Roshali, I think I can go for bishop take f6. Okay, I'm gambling here. Not a good move, but if he is playing some bad move, then I will win very easily. Okay, against Shreya, I will go for bishop a4, hoping for a family fork. Because I cannot see solution how to avoid this family fork. Okay, so Ted Tanaji decided to win b6, and he literally gave the opportunity for a checkmate. So first queen take a8 will come. Okay, so J Tanaji, he played rook c6. So just trying to attack my c pawn, but I am having extra pawns. I can play knight c3. Okay, and now I can easily win this game. Now what I have to do, I can easily go for queen e4 check, queen takes c5. Okay, literally I am having commanding position. I am having two extra pieces, but my opponent is not resigning. Okay, so beginner lad played d takes e5. After knight take e5, knight take e5, I will win knight. Sorry, I will win exchange. But I can also lose my d pawn. Okay, so my opponent played rook b3, hoping for attack on e4 pawn. But here I can get bishop h6 and rook d1. So in future I can play moves like knight d5. I will first double on d5, bishop h6, and here I can easily go for attack. So now how to continue? I can go for knight c4. I can capture on e5. Or probably queen g6, queen g6, rook f7, and queen g7 will be game over. It looks like good move. Queen g6 looks like good move. Queen g6, knight e4, knight f6 is also a good move. Okay. So here beginner lad offer me peace for nothing. Okay, so I am having attack on my b pawn. So my both pawns are under attack. So what I can do? I think I can go for knight d5. I can attack the bishop. Okay, but it is literally a risky move. Actually, that looks like a mistake. Knight d5 looks like a mistake. So rook b1, rook capture c3. Is it possible? No, because I am having extra rook in the back rank. Okay, Shreya Minde played. So she made a mistake. B takes c3, offering me queen. And here my opponent played queen d6, allowing me to go for rook f7. And on next move I can go for queen take g7. So queen d6, rook f7. Okay, Shivaji Pawar played a6. Bishop a4. Okay, Dinesh Seth played rook e8. Okay, what I can do? My original plan was to attack b5. So can I continue the same plan or I have to change? I can play b5. After b5, a takes b5, a take b5, take b5, a take b5. I'm not gaining anything. Can I go for c5? If I play c5, after capture, I can at least get open b file. It looks like attractive plan. Okay, what about opponent's b5 reply? Move first and think later. Okay, so Vrushali decided to play knight e4, which is hoping for exchange. After h3, she will capture on e3. I will play f takes c3, and I will get open f5. But why I am thinking like this? Because here I can play bishop b5 and win the queen. I almost forget about this. Okay, and now I am winning. Okay, so Aryan played castling. Probably is hoping for, but he's not having any good plan. At least I cannot see it. I will go for rook c1. Let's see what will happen. So again, J Tanaji played rook c6. So I can go for knight d5, and now I can play c3. c3, f3. So these are possibilities. Okay, and here I will easily win. Queen take g7. Okay, and here I can go for knight take d8, easily winning the queen. Okay, so Rushali is offering me a draw. Why anyone will take a draw in such situation? Okay, so after family fork, Shreya played king d8. I will go for castling. I can easily see my victory on two more boards. So Aryan Sanap is also offering me a draw. Draw is not necessary. Okay, I'll play f3. So after bishop take d7, I can easily go for knight take g4 and start exchanging the pieces. Okay, beginner lad now played bishop g4. Now what to say about this move? I have to play bishop f3. Okay, so about some boards I can win within few minutes, but for some board I have to work hard. So here I can go knight e3 and rook d1. Okay, so Aryan Sanap, he played queen b, queen b4, almost forcing me to play this move. So bishop a3. There is a plan in bishop a3. There is no plan. Okay, I will play queen b3. Okay, so takes and knight takes e5. Okay, I think my opponent can try for this bishop b6 move. I will first play this move, rook d1. I can play king f2 on second move. Okay, so Dinesh set played a5. Takes and knight b5 is a good move. So I am attacking on c7 pawn. Takes knight b5, aiming for c7. And what my opponent can do, he can think about Okay, but here I can directly go for knight b5 and knight takes c7. Looks like a good move. I I think I should go for it. Okay, so Sagar Pawar decided to play bishop b6 and b5 plan. So can I go for knight h4 and knight f5? Is it possible for me? I should change my plan. So rook f1 and knight f1, knight j3, knight f4. Okay, I will go for rook f e1. I am taking 1 minute break. Okay, so Rushali played d takes c5. So here I can play knight takes e5, knight takes e5. Oh, I think knight take e5 was a mistake. I just miscalculated. I took one break, so it breaks my concentration. So here I can go for king f2 and start attacking on d pawn. King f2, king e2. Okay, so bishop c2. Why you played bishop c2? Offering me 3 pieces at a time. So here I can go for queen b8, then king e7 will come, queen takes h8 is possible, queen takes a7 is also possible. Yeah, I think I should play queen takes c2. Okay, my opponent played his bishop c5 move. I will easily play king e2, but I should not make any mistake. I should be little bit careful about some boards. Okay, so Rishali, she is offering me all of her pieces. Shreya Minde played rook b7, stopping my rook. So again, I can go for bishop c6. Probably I should go for castling. Okay, Aryan Sana played knight a5, hoping for some sort of attack. Okay, beginner lad played knight d7. He's playing good chess, no doubt. But he could have played queen d5 and hoping for the pin. Why he's not playing like that? I don't know, but probably that one was a good move. Okay, now his plan is to play knight e5 at some point. Okay, so I will stop his plan. I can play bishop f4. So bishop f4, he cannot play knight e5. Okay, after that I will play queen e2 and queen e3. Okay, so my opponent decided to attack my bishop, probably just trying to lock my bishop. But here I can go for knight f5, aiming for f6 and d6 pawn. Okay, now my opponent is offering me a bishop. Yeah, I can win easily on few boards. Now I can see my victory. Some boards are not appearing automatically, but this beginner lad is playing really good game. I must accept this. Okay, after bishop d6, I can go queen f5 and start attacking. I will first play rook e1. Okay, so my pieces are under attack. If I play bishop e3, I can no longer play queen e3. Okay, so probably I have to play king g2 and h3. That is my second plan. Okay, Shreya decided to give all of her pieces. Don't have a clue what to do. I think this can happen with anybody. Yeah, I will lose one pawn. Now Dinesh said played e5. That looks like a good move. But I think he's offering me a pawn. But he wanted to stop this c7. So knight takes e5, knight take e5, and Bishop take e5, bishop take e5, pawn take e5, and I can win this pawn. Yeah, I can play knight take e5. I will see what will happen. I think I am having good position on this board. Okay, so Shivaji Pawar played knight c8. I am scratching my head. So I think I can go for knight h4 and knight f5. Okay, and now my opponent will lose some pawns. I can easily play bishop g7, bishop take f6, bishop take g5. Yeah, now my opponent is in trouble. Okay, and here Aryan won one pawn. I just miscalculated something. Okay, so here I can easily take f6 pawn and then g5 pawn. Okay, so beginner lad is attacking on my knight. So I have to play king g2 and h3. Now I don't have any other option. Okay, now my opponent decided to play knight 6 e7 so that he can stop my knight f5. Okay, I will play knight g3, knight h4 and knight f5. And let's see what will happen. What about this g4, g5? Okay. Okay, Shivaji Pawar took on e3. Here I can play rook take e3. And now I have to play this d takes e4 move. D takes e4 and knight e5 is coming. Okay, so probably I have to resign on this game, on this board. I'm not having good position, I forget, but I think I am having extra piece, so I can lose exchange. I have to think about this move. My opponent is having double bishop and knight, and I am having two rooks and bishop and knight. Okay, so what I will do after knight e5? So that's the question. Okay, I'm resigning this game. I cannot see continuation. Okay, so on Sudesh Puradkar board, uh, unfortunately, he played a move, but it took a lot of time. I forget to check it. Okay, please tell me if something happens like that. Okay, so I decided to capture on f6. After takes, what I can do. I can capture on f7 and knight takes c7. That is also one of the continuation. So gaining two pawns and rook for two knights. That is also interesting. But what about so knight takes c7, queen takes c7, and knight take f7. Okay, I will not get anything. I think knight take f7 looks attractive move. Yeah, I think I should play knight take f7. Okay, I'll go for knight take f7. I'm thinking a lot. Okay, so can I go for this take and take and rook take d5 move? Probably yes. Take rook take d5, rook f8, knight h6. Knight h6 will be checkmate. So he cannot play rook f8 at any point. Okay, so here my opponent decided to play f6, but I can no longer play g5. I'm trying for discovery, but I'm not gaining anything. Because if I take it, okay, but it will ruin the pawn structure. Okay, hence Rushale won all the pieces. Okay, Shivaji Power played c5. So I think now I can go for knight h4 and knight f5. Okay, and here Aryan made mistake. So I can easily capture on a8. And here I can go for exchange of queens, and I am having extra rook. I think it will end the story. Okay, my opponent is not interested in capturing the knight. A tricky move. Yeah. So again I can go for knight e5 and start attacking. I can start thinking on the same position. But is it possible to play knight e5 and any other move, any other good move? It was really a big calculation. So probably I can take on b6, takes, knight c7, still worse. Okay, so at least I am a pawn up. Pawn up. I will play knight e5. Okay, and it will end the game. J Tanaji. I will give this check, and I think your king is not able to move anywhere. So on some board I am winning very easily. For some boards I have to work very hard. Okay, so I won against Surushali. I think I am a piece up, so I don't have to worry a lot. I can easily go for exchanges. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar, he played bishop f6. Okay, but his king is in really bad position. I think I can play bishop e5. Bishop e5, because if he's playing knight and going for a castling, then I can again go for bishop h6. Bishop f4. Okay, Dinesh Seth played oh my god, he played little surprising move for me. He played queen f5. So is it possible to play bishop g4 and start attacking? Because after bishop g4, I can easily take on c7. It's little bit surprising, no? For the next set. I can easily take on c7 and win one piece. I don't have to worry. But I'm thinking a lot. Okay. After knight takes c7, what will happen? Takes. Nothing he will get. So probably he can go rook f8, and after rook f8 he can go for queen take f2. So first have to go for castling or knight takes c7. Probably bishop g4. That is the question. So after queen exchange, I don't have to worry because my opponent can no longer attack on my king. Okay, but here he can have knight c2. Okay, so I have to be careful about this knight c2 move. I will first go for castling. So after castling, he's again having threat of knight takes c7, and he can no longer protect that pawn. Okay, so Aryan Sanap, why are you giving me draw offer? I don't like to take draw against you. I will easily win this game. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar, he really wanted to go for castling. I know this will happen. So here I can go for bishop h6 and I can ruin his plans. Okay, and now Aryan cannot play rook take f5 because there will be a back rank checkmate. Now my rook is entering the 7th rank. Okay, so here I can play knight take f5. Okay, now I can double my rooks. I can double my rooks on 7th rank. But I will first go for pawn hunt. So here my opponent decided to play king f7 and probably rook g8. Okay, so what I can do, I can go for knight e4 and knight d6 plan. Looks like a good move. Okay, rook take f5. Okay, I will also capture your pawns. Okay, so Sagar Pawar played really interesting move. But I think I can capture on e7 and I can play rook g3 and queen h5. Okay, what about capturing on g7? Okay, I will not get anything. I will only lose my piece. So let's capture on e7. Okay, I will not allow you for rook take h3. Okay, I think now king is in trouble. So after knight d6 check, king e7 is compulsory. Little bit tricky. Can I go for knight take f6? I'm not gaining anything. After knight g8, I can play bishop f4, and probably my opponent will go for e5. Okay, but he made a mistake. I have to take advantage. So takes, I take f6, knight, if queen take or knight take f6, I can go for knight e5 check. But I am not having queen d6 because my bishop is coming in between. Okay, so what I can do? Yeah, I will think on other boards. Yeah, I know rook f8 will come. Okay, sir, it's me, Mokshada set. Okay. So Mokshada is playing on the board. It's really complicated position for black. Okay, so about Sudesh Puradkar game, I have to think about knight take f6, knight take f6 and knight e5 is coming. The king is literally stuck in the center. Yeah, I can take on b6. Okay, Dinesh set game, rook f8. Here I can easily play knight take c7 and c take b6, so I can get 2 pawns. Okay, I will go for knight take c7. Let's see what will happen. Let's gamble. Okay, so about Sudesh Puradkar game, I think the position is really complicated and I'm trying for win. So how to win? So after knight d6 check, my opponent will play king e7. Okay, I can play knight b7. Knight b7. So my opponent will move his queen. Probably he will play queen c7. I will not get anything. I play like this. Yeah, I will go for knight d6. Let's see what will happen. If I capture on b6, so c take b6, rook take b6, what I can do? Okay, then I can play bishop g4, queen f6, and bishop takes c8. And if my opponent is playing rook takes c8, then I can go for knight d7. I think that is a nice threat. Yeah, I can win one exchange. You can see this combination. But is it a good move or a bad move? I will capture on d6. Let's see what happens. So here I played knight d6, king e7. Okay, so I am losing the king from all the sides. But I am not getting final blow. Okay, so my opponent decided to attack the d pawn. So why I will give it? So Shivaji Pawar played queen e7. So here I can have simple plan, playing queen h5 and rook g3. Okay, and he cannot play f5 very easily because I can capture on f5 and probably I will get long diagonal for my bishop. I think rook g3 looks like good move. Okay, now I will attack on the pawn between a pawn. Okay, and now he played knight a6. I think he don't have any other move. So I can play knight e5, and if he's capturing, I can attack very easily. If he's not capturing, I can play knight f7, winning the exchange. Okay, so now I will go for some trap. Let's see whether it will work or not. It's a trap, Mokshada. Please be careful. Okay, so I am gaining opportunity to open my bishop. Now I can capture on d5. I can play queen h5 and probably d4 at some point. Okay, but is it a good move or a bad move? Let's play. Okay, so now knight is under pin. So I can think about knight e4. After knight e4, I will easily gain one piece. So why he played knight f6? Yeah, I can go for knight e4. I think it's a good move. According to me, it's good move. Okay, so Shivaji Pawar played bishop take d5. I can play queen g4 or queen h5. Is I am gaining anything? That's the question. I am streaming for more than 2 hours. Probably I have to take 1 minute break to drink some water. Okay, so bishop take d5. Queen h5. I will play king f1. So here I can play bishop take f6. I can easily win one exchange. Okay, so exchange of queens. Yeah, I think I should go for a draw on this game. Okay, so about Mokshada set game, it was really necessary to play this move, but it will lose the important rook. Okay, so after queen takes c2, knight takes c2, I will gain rook take b6. So I think Mokshada made a mistake. So here I can go for queen f3 check, uh, queen f3. Okay, here I can also go for e4 and attacking the b. b5 pawn. So queen f3 is in my mind and a4. Because after a4 I can play rook a3 and I can start attacking from the third rank. But after a4, Sudesh Puradkar cannot directly capture on a4 and I will gain some time. Okay, so after this take, knight takes c2, I can play bishop takes c8. So rook takes c8 and I can play rook take. Okay, so position is little bit complicated, but I think I will win exchange over here because after rook take b6, bishop take e5, bishop take e5. Okay, I will lose my g4 bishop. Okay, but gaining a 2 pawns and exchange means I'm winning. After bishop takes c8, rook takes c8, rook takes c8, rook take b6, rook takes c7. What will happen? Rook take, rook take. So after bishop takes c8, my opponent can also go for this rook take b1 move, but I am having this uh, bishop e6, and after that I will play rook takes b1. So he must go for rook takes c8. So bishop takes c8, rook takes c8, rook takes b6, rook takes c7, and I can pin the knight. I am thinking a lot. I'm trying to save my piece. Yeah, I will go for bishop takes c8. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar made a mistake. He's allowing me to capture. Okay, now I don't have to fear about this move because it will yield nothing. I can play this queen f3, bishop c4. I can start attacking on e6. Okay, I saw this move and now I am having intermediate move. I was thinking about this move only, bishop e6, and now I will play rook take b1. I will gain one piece. Okay, now I can play. I can play my bishop on d3. I will win this d pawn. Okay, now I must be very careful. Okay, so somehow, if my opponent make a mistake, I can win the rook on d8. Yeah, I will play this d4. Let's see what will happen. And Sudesh Puradkar played queen c7. So I can go for exchange. I will easily win this game. Okay, so there is a move which we were thinking about, king h8, and now I can easily take rook take b1, winning a piece. Okay, so why I will offer a draw? Why you will offer a draw in losing position? So rook f4. Now I don't have to worry. I can easily attack the a7 pawn by playing rook f5. And I will have outside pass pawn. I think my opponent made a mistake and is offering me a pawn. So how I should take the pawn? The bishop or with the queen? If I play queen take h7, king f8, then if I capture on d4, my opponent will also play same move. So here if I play bishop take h7, king f8 and bishop g6, then my opponent will move the queen. So moving the queen to e7 is a mistake. Bishop take h7, king f8. Yeah, but it's not a huge advantage. F8, bishop g6. My opponent can play this queen g8 move. Okay, so let us start with this queen take h7 move. So my opponent played knight b4. Looks like only move for my opponent. And here I can easily play knight f7 and knight h6. Seven g8. Knight f7, king g8, and actually I'm thinking about moving my c knight. Is it possible to attack back rank? Probably no. I can move knight b5, knight d6, and then knight d2, f7. Okay. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so Sudesh Puradkar played king h6. Here I can easily win one pawn. Now the complicated position is coming. So after takes I can play rook e1, and after rook e1 I can play bishop g6. I think this is nice continuation. Takes rook e1. Looks like a good continuation. Okay, so I can play rook c1 and rook c7. I can start attacking the 7th rank. Okay, so here I will first play rook e1. Okay, now I can think about back rank attack. Can think about this rook c7 move. c7, and at some point I will play one of my pawn. Okay, what a cheap trap. But I cannot allow my opponent play something like this. Okay, my opponent is trying to play queen g8. What to do? Of course, I will not allow anything. I will play queen h5, hoping for bishop h7. Okay, and here I can go for rook c1, and I can rate my opponent for back rank mate. Okay, so if I take on d4, my opponent will promote its pawn. I will first take. Okay, I think it is a mistake because after bishop take e5, knight is under pin. Knight can no longer move. So if he is playing rook e8, I can easily play bishop f7, or probably bishop d6 will win the game. Okay, and here I can easily win. So here I can play rook h4, king g5, and rook g4, and then I will play bishop e4. And I am not having a threat of back rank checkmate. Okay, and now I can attack the 7th rank. The deadly 2 rooks on 7th rank. So Sudesh Puradkar is trying a lot, but he will not gain anything. Because here I can play rook c4, and on next move I can play rook takes c2. Okay, so here I will easily get this bishop d6 move. So one of my pieces will get exchanged. So after this rook takes c6, I will gain one pawn. Okay, so here I am winning the game against Sagar Pawar. It's a big mistake. Okay, here I think I am gaining some good advantage. So where this bishop can go? Okay, now I can easily take on c6. I can gain extra piece. It will end the story. So I am having two extra pieces. What my opponent can do. So I will play bishop take h7, but it will lose my b pawn. Okay, so here I will play rook take h7. I will force my opponent to play king g8. Okay, now I am having two connected pass pawns. I can easily win this game. We play b4. Okay, now Aryan is allowing me for a checkmate, and here I can easily go for exchange. Okay, so I am winning against Mokshada. So I lost only one game. Okay, so what will happen? After rook d1, I will easily play king h2, and here I am winning all the pawns. Okay, so I can easily go for pawn promotion. Only two games are going on. Okay, Sudesh Puradkar ji, you made a mistake. And I am now winning on every board. So I lost only one game. I will analyze that game. Okay, here I can also checkmate with bishop and knight, so I don't have to worry, Mokshada. I will not use these pawns to promote a queen. It's my promise. So if you want to see bishop and knight checkmate, please do not resign. First of all, I will snatch these pawns one by one. Okay. And now only pawns are there. Okay, so first I will play. I can capture this pawn, no problem. Will promote my pawns into new queens. Will sacrifice them. So if I play g4, it will be stalemate. I will play bishop g4, forcing my opponent to play king h7. Now I will play knight f7. I will come in this W shape, W method, whatever you want to say. Okay, and now you can see the bishop and knight checkmate. World famous bishop knight mate. Elementary checkmate, not a big deal. Okay, so after king c6 or king b7, I will play bishop d3. Now bishop e4. Okay, so after king c8, I can play king d6, king d8, bishop g6. So king c8, knight c5. Okay, so I will play bishop f5. I can win in few moves. King c7, king a8, king b6, king b8, knight a6 check, and the final blow, bishop e4. Okay, so now we will analyze one game. Yes, I lost. Where is that beginner lad? Look, yeah. So this is the game. First, so what is the computer analysis? I think my opponent click on this computer analysis. He's showing me that I made one mistake. Luckily, my opponent didn't played any bad move. So 0 inaccuracy, 0 mistake, and 0 blunders. Okay. So what is my mistake? So e5 is my mistake. I will check this move afterwards. Okay, now we will end our